Well, first tonight at 6, a Milwaukee mother says she and her children have been struggling to stay warm in their apartment for more than a week.
The family's unit has been without heat for that long. Fox's Durante Matthews is live near 31st in West Michigan with how the woman says she is now at her limit.
Yeah, well, Kim and Ben, now normally, we would go inside to warm up during some of the coldest days of the year as we've been experiencing so far. But I spoke with one woman who says it's just as cold inside as it is outside.
Early December in Milwaukee, a bitter scene outside with chilly walks and breaths you can see. But for Jasmine Veazey and her two daughters,
if my kids were here, you could see them breathing in the air. It would come out.
That's been life inside their apartment.
My daughters are usually not here because it's so cold. And I've pretty much just been going back and forth from my mother's to here.
She says for more than a week, her heat has been off. She first noticed when she tried turning on her thermostat.
Waited about an hour, nothing. It started smelling like smoke in here.
Veazey says she even bundles up
4 days ago, slept with my gloves.
To go to sleep.
Blankets, just comforter, sheet, pillow. It's just cold.
Now she and her kids don't even sleep there at night. A painful blow as a renter.
I pay rent here, so it's really inconvenient for me to pay rent and not be able to stay here.
She says she's called the managers, Barada Properties, numerous times. She says they told her they'll put in a maintenance request, but says so far, nothing's happened. Now, she says they're no longer answering her calls.
A property without heat in Milwaukee in the winter isn't safe.
Nick Toman with Legal Aid Society of Milwaukee says it's the landlord's responsibility to ensure there's heat during the cold. He says it should at least be 67 degrees inside.
Failure to provide heat would result in a breach of the lease if there's a lease.
He's advising renters to keep a paper trail when reaching out to landlords about the heat, while Veazey says she just wants her and her daughters to sleep in their own bed, warm.
And Toman says the next step renters in Veazey's position could take would be reaching out to the Department of Neighborhood Services. He says they would typically send out an inspector, and a bad inspection could result in fines against the landlord or actually condemning a home or an apartment if it is not habitable during the cold. Now, we also reached out to Beretta earlier today, and they got back to us within the last hour asking for the tenant's name and her address. So hopefully there is some good news for her in the future with regards to getting her heat turned back on. We're reporting live in Milwaukee. Durante Matthews, Fox 6 News.
We hope so soon. All right. Thanks, Durante.